Hello there folks, it's Sean, the Victorian Piper. Not done a video for a little while, so thought it's Saturday morning here, quite early. So what better time than to enjoy a pipe and speak to you guys a bit. So today, three things I want to talk about. And the first one is, it's going to be a first impressions of Samuel Gawith's 1792 Flake. So I've put my big boy pants on today. I'm a little bit nicotine sensitive. I know this is one of the stronger blends, so I've had a big breakfast, a big bowl of porridge. We'll see how we get on. And I'll let you know what I think. Now, I have had Lakeland Dark. I was sent a sample very kindly. And it's the same blend as 1792, but without the Tonkin topping. Personally, I like Tonkin, so I think this should be pretty good. So we'll get it lit up in a sec. But just to show you what I'm smoking it in, I am smoking it in, it's not going to show too well, this beautiful Rattrays Dark Ale series pipe. The band there, Cumberland stem. It's beautifully finished. It's got a lovely grain to it. Now this was sent to me by a very good friend in the YTPC. He knows who he is. Thank you very much, my friend. I've pretty much smoked this exclusively since it arrived. I absolutely love it. It's very lightweight, makes a great clencher, and it smokes beautifully. In fact, I will say it's one of the best made, if you like, factory pipes I've seen in my short career in pipe smoking. Everything about it was perfect. The finish is perfect. The drilling was immaculate, and even little things impressed me. The inside of the bowl, it was the cleanest unfinished bowl I've ever seen on a pipe. It was just so perfectly done. There were no pits, no scratches, no marks, and like I say, the drilling was spot on. So anyway, beautiful smoking pipe. So I'll pause for a minute, get it lit, give you the first impressions, and we'll talk about the other things as well. So see you in a sec. Okay, so it's only been lit a minute or two. And I must say, it's very, very tasty. Now, the Lakeland Dark I found very punchy from the off. You knew you weren't messing about. Very, very strong, rich taste to it. This, however, doesn't have that initial punch, I don't think, whether it's the topping. And it can't just be the Tonkin. This is a lot smoother. It's got a sweetness to it. Obviously, it's still got that very rich, dark taste to it. The topping does come through, that Tonkin sort of vanilla-esque taste, but it's not overbearing at all. I did notice from the tin, actually, it wasn't a particularly potent smell in the jar. I should have brought the tin out and a flake actually to show you, but I never think of these things till it's too late. I'll perhaps pop a picture up of a flake. There you go. It's a typical Gawith flake. They're always quite attractive, I think. Always happens, doesn't it, to me? Always. I watch some of you guys and you know, you're talking and taking the occasional draw, and it never seems to go out. I do wonder if it's the conditions in this garage actually don't help. Let's get fired up and we'll talk about the other stuff so that we're not here for hours. I'll give a final thoughts at the end of the video again once I've talked about stuff. I'll pause it, smoke this down and let you know, but on that just initial first light and first few minutes, if you like a deep tasting tobacco, like I say, with a bit of sweetness and a very, very mild topping to it with that Tonkin vanilla flavour, this is pretty good, I've got to say. Very, very good. Right, so first thing then, I picked up another estate from eBay. Now, I'd kind of vowed I was going to stop buying pipes. I've got over 25 pipes now. I do smoke them all, I will say that. It's not as though they all sit there gathering dust and I only choose from one or two. This one's seen a lot of action, like I said. It is new though, so I do like to get them broken in. And if they smoke well, which this one does, you tend to reach for them, don't you? But I do smoke all my pipes. But this one caught my eye. Now, it's a make I'd not heard of. I have done a little bit of research, so let's bring it a little bit closer. As you can see, it's fairly small, little saddle stem, almost a Lovat style, I guess. Like I say, quite heavily rusticated, but it is briar, and the make is Chap, C-H-A-P. Now you'll also notice it's absolutely brand new, unsmoked, meerschaum lined. That's what caught my eye in the ad. Now the actual pipe itself, the briar and the stem, like I say, it is unsmoked, but they look quite old. Looking at them, it's almost as if it has been sat in a drawer for decades, so I've no idea of the age of this. But I was just drawn by the fact that it is absolutely brand spanking, never had tobacco in it. So I managed to get this for just a few pounds, which is good. Didn't cost me an awful lot of money. I will give it a little bit of a light clean up. But if anyone knows any more about these, please do let me know down in the comments. Now, like I say, I did look it up. Chap are a company based in St. Claude, France, obviously very famous for the production of briar pipes. The company was formed at the turn of the 20th century, and Chap as a brand came around in the 1920s. They were taken over twice, once in the 60s I think, and then one as relatively recently as 1988. But whether they're still going now, I don't know. I couldn't really find anything. And like I say, I've never heard of the brand before. This is the first time I'd heard of Chap pipes. But anyway, it's a lovely little thing. Needs just a very, very light clean, because as I said, it's never been used. So yeah, I'll get that cleaned up and I'll certainly smoke it. It's the first meerschaum lined pipe I've had as well. Obviously I've got a couple of Mears, but yeah, this is the first one with the lining. So quite interested to see how it smokes. Also, from what I've heard, meerschaum linings over time and age especially can come away from the briar. This one's absolutely solid. There's no gap or anything, so bodes well, I think, for a decent sort of quality little pipe. Anyway, looking forward to smoking that. I need to learn to talk comprehensively with a pipe in my mouth. That way it's not going to go out, is it? So the last thing then, as I'd mentioned previously, I've picked up a drone and I've had it for a few weeks now. But it is January here in the UK. It's generally miserable. I mean, out there today, it's foggy, it's grey, damp, not pleasant at all. So the weather is generally against you this time of year for getting out and flying. The other thing is, I'm a brand new drone pilot. I've never flown one before. So I needed optimal conditions. Now yesterday, as it happens, it was sunny, very light wind, no rain, and I'd got Friday afternoon off. So perfect opportunity. Stick the drone in a backpack, take a bit of a walk out, only about a mile, and there's a large playing fields nearby. It's really muddy and boggy this time of year, so you tend to only get the odd dog walker, and they tend to skirt around the very outside, following the hedges, which meant I'd got a massive field to play in. Consciously trying to keep this lit down. So, cut a long story short, I had the field to myself, got the drone out, went through all the setup procedure and proceeded to fly it. And I was surprised at just how easy it is. But I picked it up quite easily. I think a lot of it, you get that old memory come back. So I found it quite easy initially to sort of do the basic left, right, backwards, forwards, up, down, with it facing away, so everything's in the correct direction. But quickly picked up turning the drone round and then flying it with everything sort of cockeyed, if you see what I mean. So it flew wonderfully. I'll put a little bit of footage in after. The quality's not very good. The only feed I'd got was what the drone streams back to the phone, so it's not the best quality. But I'll pop a bit in just for you to see. But yeah, I'm super impressed. Like I say, it wasn't particularly expensive. Certainly not in the scheme of things with drones that can get up to ridiculously expensive amounts. So hopefully come April, May, when things start to get back to normal, the museum opens, we can go out and about and I can actually get out somewhere. I'll be sure to take the drone with me, so as well as me telling you about the whatever it may be at ground level, we'll also hopefully have some really nice aerial footage, give you that different perspective on things. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you'll find it interesting too, and certainly nicer to look at with luck. So I'm going to crack on with this. Yes, it has gone out again. Watch a bit of YouTube, I think, while I'm sat here, and then I'll pop back right at the end to let you know my thoughts on it. Anyway, see you in a bit. Okay then, folks, just to finish this off, hopefully you enjoyed the slightly dodgy drone footage I just popped in. Like I say, just a little bit while I had a practice, but I enjoyed it. I had fun doing it, so I do think it's going to enhance the videos where I can obviously fly the thing. So going back to this 1792 Flake, I'm really enjoying this. I wasn't too sure when I first bought it. It obviously has a bit of a reputation as being strong, both in nicotine and the Tonkin topping. Now, I had to look at tobacco reviews while I was smoking this, and there was lots of comments saying about how strong and sort of almost overpowering that topping is, and I don't agree at all. Whether it's been toned down over the years, because a lot of the reviews were from quite a few years ago. but I think it's perfect. It doesn't detract from the really lovely taste of the dark fired or dark cured Virginias, and there's also some Kentucky in there. As I say, it is a very strong, bold tasting blend, but there's a real sweetness to it. It's been the same all through the bowl. It doesn't bite at all, and it's just been very consistently mellow even. I expected this to be harsh, I've got to be honest. I thought it might be a bit too much, but I should definitely be buying a few more tins of this, let's put it that way. Now, for someone who's relatively nicotine intolerant, it has built up over the last year or so, and I would say it's definitely built up in the last few months as I've explored the wonderful world of nasal snuff. Now, I really must do a separate video on that, because I've basically gone from having one tin as an experiment with a tobacco order to now I've got a biscuit tin full of different snuffs. So I will do a video, I think, if only because I think a lot of people think it's perhaps a bit odd, a bit weird, but it is obviously a very old tradition, and I'm enjoying it very, very much. But the nicotine hit with snuff is very quick. You can smoke a pipe for half an hour, you'll start to feel it. And I've got to be honest, I can feel the nicotine in this, but it's not a real kicker. Like I said, I had a big bowl of porridge before I smoked it, just to be sure. But even so, I expected a bit more of a kick. So perhaps my tolerance has come up. But yeah, like I say, the snuff, when you take it, that hit, the nicotine hit, is within about a minute. It does come on hard and fast, but it's never, real sick stomach feeling that you can get from a very strong pipe blend that you've smoked for an hour. But anyway, yeah, so in conclusion, very, 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 very good if you like your stronger blends and you're not averse to that Tonkin topping. Like I say, gives it that sort of vanilla-y sort of taste and a sort of almost a herbal taste and smell to it. I think you'll enjoy this a lot. But anyway, thank you once again for joining me. I should be doing a couple of VRs this afternoon, so there'll be a couple of more videos popping up in the next day or so. So keep yourselves well, and I'll see you soon.